Hi, St. Peter's. It's Father Stephen, and I'm making this video on March 31st, Tuesday. It is now almost 2:30. This is maybe the second or third recording of this I've had to do. I wanted to cover multiple things, and as I'm finding things change and adapt every time I try to get communications out, I have to come back and re-record it. So hopefully this is the last bit until it goes out and goes live. So I want to give you a heads up on what we're doing in the church office on our office hours, as well as our worship and how our worship is changing and being impacted by our separation from one another and from the building. Also give you a little bit of heads up on our financial status, which is going pretty well. So first off is our office hours. According to what the bishop has asked us to do, our offices are technically closed. We are allowed to come in and work, and some of the things that we can do, we can actually do from home. So we're going to have our office hours, the office is going to be closed Monday through Friday. However, there will be times Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll always have someone here from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. Because that's when we're defining hours for food for our emergency food pantry to be picked up by folks, and we're trying to limit the exposure there as well. Let's see. So our staff will be sometimes in the office, sometimes working from home. You can contact us through our voicemail. We can actually pick it up remotely, and we have that function. In terms of other small groups that are hosted here at St. Peter's, we're going to continue to allow some of those pre-scheduled groups to continue meeting. They really need, I'm giving, for example, AA, they really need in this stressful time to be able to still meet together. And so we're going to permit that as long as possible for them, for their own kind of assistance and support. On to worship, I've had a few questions regarding Easter, and I'm sorry to say that based on the recommendations that are being handed down, that corporate worship is just not going to be a healthy solution for us right now in Mass. So for Easter, Gavin and I are working on putting something together for us to broadcast, as we have been doing. I hope that has been a way that you've been able to keep connected. So we will be recording and live streaming some worship service for us for these upcoming weeks or days, special days, especially for Holy Week. It's not obviously the optimal situation, but it's necessary for the safety and health of our town, and our county. So we won't have an Easter Sunday service that is corporate that we've gathered, but we will broadcast. And what I do hope that you'll understand is that we really, when we get back into the building, when we are able to worship together again, that we will very much celebrate, and it will be an Easter service in all of its beauty and glory and honor to God. So I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to be pushed back a little bit longer. Let's see. And then I think finally, I wanted to mention how we're doing with stewardship and finances. Going into March, at the end of February, going into March, we had a surplus. And I want to just express my appreciation. Thank you for your faithfulness and your generosity and your giving to St. Peter's. Personally, something I'd like to say, and I think I can say this on behalf of the staff as well, we truly appreciate that you, in your giving, support our lives, our ministry, our livelihood, and me especially, I know. And that's something that is very sacred to me, and thank you. I appreciate that tremendously, and my family does as well. We're doing really well at St. Peter's. People have mailed in their typical pledges and things like that. We're working on trying to set up a link on our website for folks who would like to make offerings online. If you find yourself in a difficult pastoral situation where your job is unsure or your hours are being cut, we absolutely understand that you might have to cut back on giving, but do your best to try to stay current. But if you do and you want to make an adjustment in your pledge or giving, please do call Amy at the office and let her know so that we can make adjustments in our budget, so that we know kind of what to expect as the year progresses along. But we're praying for the best, and we believe in the best, and we're going to get through all these things. It's not the most fun situation to be in right now, but God's going to get us. He's gotten us through so many other tough times, and I keep leaning on this. St. Peter's it was established in 1848, and it's been through the Civil War, it's been through the Mexican War, it's been through the wars of the 20th century, and pandemics and malaria and yellow fever and all of those different things that have happened over the history of this region and in Texas in the United States. So God's going to get us through this too. So and we'll be stronger for it. So thank you for your time, for listening, and I just want to leave with this prayer for you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you. The Lord be gracious to you, lift his countenance on you, and give you peace. Amen.